Welcome to my vintage love. Today I am so excited to show you my gown collection. I've had a really good time showing you other collections, but this is the one that I love the most. I love vintage gowns. They are everything I love about vintage. I feel my most beautiful when I'm wearing them, and I'm so excited to show them to you. So let's get going, and here are my top 12 favorite vintage gowns. So we're starting out with this amazing gown from Chez Poupoule in Paris, one of my absolute favorite vintage stores. This gown is everything I love about vintage. I love the color, I love the cut, I love the fabric. It is amazing. You have these double straps here, the halter and the shoulder straps, and then this gorgeous, gorgeous skirt and this beautiful bow on the back. And the best thing about this dress is the skirt, and it is the best twirling skirt ever. I wore this to the Catalina Island Art Deco ball last year, had an amazing time, and dancing in a dress like this is such a joy because you get to feel the skirt moving around you. So I'll give you a little preview of the twirl. How good is that twirl? It's so good. And one of the best little details about this dress is this adorable little bow on the back. So this dress is a truly amazing dress. I bought this dress a few years ago at the Manhattan Vintage Clothing Show, and this is in fact the most expensive article of clothing I have ever bought besides my wedding dress. It is that amazing. The vendor who I bought it from told me that it was owned by a DuPont family member. I cannot verify this, but it's a nice thought, and there is a tag inside that says by Lanvin Castillo. I am not sure if that is the Lanvin of Paris or who it was, but it's nice to think that it might be. But it's an amazing dress. The quality of it is super, super high. The construction inside is amazing, and I've worn this twice to the Easter Parade. Was photographed by the famous Bill Cunningham in it, and it is one of my most prized vintage possessions. It's just an exceptionally amazing dress. This is another princess dress, and I feel like such a princess in this dress, especially wearing the crown. This is in fact the dress I've had the longest in my collection because my mom bought this for me when I was a senior in high school, which wasn't that long ago. And I really love it. I think it was one of those dresses that really ignited my love of vintage. I didn't know much about it when I got it as a gift, but just seeing how beautiful it was and all the craftsmanship that went in it and how it made me feel, this is a really special dress for me. It's just, I want to say it's late 30s, early 40s, white satin, gold embroidery all over these beautiful puff sleeves, and another beautiful, big, gorgeous skirt. And it's just so dreamy. I've worn this to Dances of Vice party many years ago, and it was on, Matthew and I hadn't been dating that long, and I had the crown on and everything, and we went to a diner afterwards, and Matthew was wearing this beautiful red British soldier coat, and we walked in and everyone started clapping, I think because they thought we had just gotten married. So I always remember that story when I wear this dress, and it's really a very, very special dress to me. And the crown I made quite a while ago and have worn to Burning Man a few times. So it's a beautiful dress. So this dress was an amazing online find, and there's no label in it. It appears to be the work of a very talented seamstress, and I would love to know the story behind this dress. I love the color of this. I think the print is amazing, and really the best thing about it, and the thing that makes it so special, is this gorgeous train that is attached in the back, and it just makes it feel extra magical and diaphanous and all those wonderful things. I've worn it to a few different events, and it always gets a really great reception when people see it. This lovely dress is a 50s cupcake dress, the only one like that I own. I love the color. It's very fun and very girly. It makes me feel like I'm going to a 50s prom, and I love the layers of tulle and then that fun little shape in the back that comes up. I love the way that's designed. I wore this once to my birthday a few years ago, and it's been sitting in my closet ever since, so I need to wear it again. This dress is fun and girly. Now onto something more sleek and elegant. How beautiful is this dress? I got this at Paper Moon Vintage in LA. It's a beautiful store, and I love the drama of the shoulders here. I love this purple color. Purple is my favorite color, and these gorgeous flowers here and this nice high empire waist. I wore this to the Cicada Club and had a wonderful time, and it's just one of my favorite dresses, and I love the combination of that, just the drama of the black and the purple together. This dress is an amazing example of one of my favorite things in the 40s, color blocking. And how beautiful are these two colors together, purple and pink. Purple is one of my favorite colors. They just work so beautifully together and has this nice diamante little bit here in the front. I really wish I had more color blocking dresses and pieces in my wardrobe, so I'm so thrilled to have one in a gown. And it's just beautiful. I've only been able to wear it once or twice, but I'm looking forward to wearing it again in the future once we can go out again. This dress is an amazing late 30s, early 40s dress. I actually got this at Viva, which was great because I feel like sometimes at Viva you can get these great 30s, 40s things because it's a little earlier than most people there are interested in. I love the colors of this. I love the chevron stripe and the little off the shoulder, and I just think it'll be great for Easter, and I'm planning wearing it to the Easter parade one of these years. One of the best things about this is that it seems to be made by a very talented seamstress. There's no label in it, but one of the great things about it is this very interesting detail. You see this cute little ruffle back here, but the construction of it is so fascinating. There's 4 snaps at the top, and then it's held on at the bottom by this little tiny piece of fabric. So I'm not quite sure what the person had in mind, but it looks lovely. It's just quite a surprise the first time you see it, and you're like, oh, I was not expecting that. This dress is another find at Viva. I think this dress is absolutely amazing and has a very Charles James kind of feel to it with the draping in front and also this amazing color blocking and this very interesting colorway, this kind of beige, gold, orange, yellow situation, which is kind of an interesting color way to find. Another great story about this is you see this lovely stole shawl situation here. Surprise! This was actually the bed runner on the bed of the Orleans Hotel where we were staying for Viva. I remember taking the dress up to the room, looking down and thinking, oh my God, the color is perfect. So I wore it around on Saturday night with this as a shawl and no one was none the wiser. Please don't tell the Orleans Hotel. This dress has a great story behind it. A friend of mine sold this to me for a very good price because it's a wounded bird, and this was 3 years ago when we were going to Burning Man for the first time, and I was looking for vintage wounded birds, and she very kindly sold this to me, and it's a Frank Star, which is quite a cool label from back in the day, and it has this beautiful, it's great color. I don't have a lot of yellow in my closet, but I do love the shade of yellow, and it's such a special dress. It has this great bodice and this fun, like almost like balloon bubble kind of fold over skirt here. Great piece, actually quite lightweight considering how the volume of it, and it spent definitely 1 or 2 very fun nights on the playa, Matthew and I riding around, walking around, having a grand old time. So, oh, if this dress could talk. It's just a really fun dress, and it actually survived its trip to the playa, and it's sitting, it had a nice dry clean, it's still a wounded bird, but I love it, and it still presents really beautifully. So I'm looking forward to wearing this again, hopefully on the playa someday, and maybe I will go as Belle from Beauty and the Beast someday for Halloween, and it'd be a great dress for that. This dress is so glamorous. I wore this to Viva the last time we went and got a super great response from it. It has these, I just think it's the sequins, it's the silhouette, it's these extreme dolman sleeves, which I think you don't really see that often on a evening dress like this, and just the drape of the skirt and everything is so gorgeous. And of course green, I love green. Any jewel tones are great, but especially red, purple, and green are my favorite to wear in gowns. And it's just an all-around great dress. I got it from Lily's Remains Vintage online, and it's definitely one of my favorite dresses when I want to feel extra glamorous. This dress, as you can see, is probably the most theatrical dress I have. The story behind this is a friend of mine who is not in any way connected to vintage had a neighbor, an elderly woman who used to be a flamenco dancer in Spain in the 1970s, and she was selling some of her vintage clothing. This was one of her costumes that she used to wear on stage as a flamenco dancer. And as you can see, it is amazing. Look at the sleeves, look at all the embroidery, and this beautiful, beautiful fringe. It's quite heavy, as you can imagine. And this, it was made out of a shawl. So they took half of the shawl and turned it into the dress, and she still had the other half of the shawl, which is right here. So you can see the size of it. Look at how big that is. It's so big, it's so impressive, it's so beautiful. And the color of the shawl is quite a bit brighter because I think it was probably sitting in a trunk and was never used. So this has faded a bit, but it's still so beautiful. And it's such an honor to have it because I know it was very much loved and it was used and loved, and I really love that, and I feel very honored to have it. So I'm very happy that I was able to meet the person that wore it and used it, and I just love having that connection to something, especially a piece this special. I was able to wear it to a friend's wedding earlier this year, and that was a really great treat as well. This dress is definitely one of my favorite dresses. I saw this on Instagram from X to Bay Vintage, and I think my heart stopped. I was like, I have to have that dress. So luckily I was in time and I got it, and it sat, and I was in a box for about a year, and then I was finally able to wear it to my 40th birthday party last year, and it was such a perfect 40th birthday dress. I feel so beautiful and so glamorous. I got so many compliments on it, and it really is kind of like a once-in-a-lifetime dress. There's no label in it. I think it was just made by a super, super talented seamstress, and it just fits beautifully, and I really hope that I have a chance to wear it again someday. It has all these great details. The satin is high quality, this off the shoulder, and this great detail on the shoulder, which I've never really seen before, these little loops sewn here. So I hope you'll see it on Instagram soon. I really hope you enjoyed seeing some of my favorite gowns. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so below. And if you'd like for even more regular updates, follow us on Instagram at My Vintage Love Blog. Thank you so much, and we'll see you at the next one. Bye.